Montreal, a city of cobblestone streets, artistic soul, and a language that sounds like a love song. It's here, amidst the vibrant murals of Le Plateau and the historic charm of Old Montreal, that our story begins. A story about two people, a city, and the kind of love that feels like coming home. Meet Liam, a musician from Toronto, drawn to Montreal by its legendary music scene.
He arrived with a guitar case full of dreams and a heart full of melodies, hoping to find his voice in a city that sang its own unique tune.
He spent his days busking in the metro stations, his fingers dancing on the fretboard, his voice echoing through the tunnels. His nights were spent in smoky jazz clubs, soaking in the rhythm and blues, feeling both inspired and incredibly alone. Then there was Chloe, a painter born and raised in the Mile End. Her world was a canvas of color, her inspiration found in the changing seasons of Mount Royal, the bustling energy of Jean Talon Market, and the quiet moments in a local cafe. She saw poetry in everything. From the way the morning light hit the old stone buildings to the intricate patterns of wrought iron staircases. Her studio was her sanctuary, a chaotic and beautiful mess of paint tubes, half-finished canvases, and the scent of turpentine. Their paths were destined to cross, as paths often are in a city that encourages wandering. It happened on a crisp autumn afternoon. Liam was playing a melancholic tune near the Beaver Lake on Mount Royal, the golden leaves falling around him like notes from the sky. Chloe was there, sketchbook in hand, trying to capture the fiery hues of the season. His music stopped her. It wasn't just the melody, it was the raw emotion behind it, a longing she understood deep in her soul. She approached him, not with words at first, but with a smile. She started sketching him, his focus intense, his connection to the music palpable. When he finished his song and looked up, he saw her, her pencil flying across the page. He was taken aback, not just by her beauty, but by the way she looked at him, as if she could see the music he was trying to create. Their first conversation was a mix of broken French and hesitant English, a beautiful reflection of the city itself. He talked about his music, his journey, his feeling of being an outsider. She talked about her art, her love for her city, her search for authentic moments to paint. They walked down the mountain together as the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. It felt less like a first meeting and more like a reunion. Their courtship unfolded like a tour of Montreal's hidden gems. Their first official date was not a fancy dinner, but a stroll through the Lachine Canal, sharing a bag of still-warm bagels from SD. He took her to his favorite dive bar to listen to an up-and-coming indie band. She took him to the Museum of Fine Arts, pointing out the brushstrokes of her favorite Quebecois painters. They discovered each other through the city, and the city through each other. Liam found new chords in the laughter that echoed through La Rand Amusement Park. Chloe found new colors in the neon signs of the Quartier des Citoyens. He wrote a song for her, a simple, heartfelt ballad about a girl who painted the world in brighter colors. She painted a portrait of him, not just his face, but the essence of his music, the passion in his eyes when he played his guitar. Of course, it wasn't always a perfectly composed symphony. There were moments of doubt, the struggles of two artists trying to make a living. Liam faced rejections from record labels, his confidence wavering. Chloe struggled with creative blocks, the blank canvas mocking her. They argued, they misunderstood each other. They felt the pressure of their dreams. One harsh winter, the city was blanketed in a thick layer of snow and ice. The cold seemed to seep into their apartment and into their relationship. Liam felt his musical inspiration freezing over, and Chloe felt her colors turning to shades of gray. They grew distant, caught in their own silent storms. It was during this time that Liam considered moving back to Toronto, thinking maybe his Montreal dream was over. The thought of leaving shattered the quiet between them. It was Chloe who broke the silence. She took him to the old port, to the skating rink at the Bon Secours Basin. As they glided, sometimes clumsily, under the twinkling lights, surrounded by the laughter of strangers, she reminded him of why he came to Montreal. She reminded him of the first day they met, of the music he played that day. She told him that love, like art, isn't always about grand masterpieces. It's about the small, consistent strokes, the willingness to keep going even when it's hard, the courage to face the blank canvas or the empty stage. And it's about having someone who believes in your masterpiece even when you career and see it yourself. That night, something shifted. Liam didn't leave. Instead, he sat down and wrote. He wrote about the cold, the doubt, the fear, but also about the warmth of a hand in his, the light in her eyes, the resilience of a city that always finds its way through the winter. He poured all his Montreal experience, his love for Chloe, into his music. Chloe, inspired by his renewed passion, started a new series of paintings. They were vibrant, bold, and full of life. She painted the city not just as a backdrop but as a character in their love story, the winding staircases that led them to each other, the view from their apartment window, the energy of the festivals that filled the streets. Their individual breakthroughs happened almost simultaneously. Liam's new songs, rich with the stories of his life in Montreal, caught the ear of a local producer. He landed a regular gig at a well-known venue on St. Laurent Boulevard. His music was finally finding its audience. People connected with his honest lyrics and soulful melodies. At the same time, Chloe was offered a solo exhibition at a gallery in the Old Montreal. Her series, which she titled Montreal Mon Amour, was a critical success. People were captivated by her ability to capture the city's soul, its romance, its grittiness, and its beauty. Her paintings told a story, their story, a testament to finding love and inspiration in the most unexpected places. On the opening night of her exhibition, the gallery was buzzing. In the center of the room was her portrait of Liam, the one she painted when they first met. And playing softly in the background was his music, the song he wrote for her. Liam stood by her side, holding her hand, his heart full. He looked at her, then at the paintings surrounding them, a visual diary of their journey. He saw the bagel shop, the mountain, the festival crowds, the quiet, snow-covered street. He saw their life, their struggles, and their triumphs, all beautifully rendered in color and light. Their story isn't a fairy tale. It's a real story, built on shared dreams, mutual support, and a deep, abiding love for each other and the city that brought them together. It's a story that proves that sometimes the greatest love affairs aren't just between two people, but with a place that allows them to become the best versions of themselves. From a busker in a metro station and a painter in a studio, they had become a part of Montreal's creative heartbeat. Their love story was now woven into the fabric of the city, as permanent and as beautiful as the murals on its walls. They found more than just artistic success. They found a home in the city and in each other. And as they stood there, in the middle of the gallery, surrounded by their art and their love, they knew their Montreal story was still just beginning. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this journey with us. If you love stories about art, music, and romance, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. We'll see you
in the next one.